Casto here with Victoria, and much to my dismay, I wasn't recording when I started clearing this floor. We started here and came all the way around, killing quite a lot of elementals and a few Goliaths on the way. We got some gold, we got a lot of gems, but found nothing of note, uh, no special loot or anything. So we will continue exploring the fourth floor of the dungeon shame and see what else we can find. This should be done very soon, I hope. We had to drop a lot of gear on the floor because we were very close to our weight cap, but that's part of the adventure. We found no trapdoors so far, and in the last episode we did have a very lucky streak and found ourselves two artifacts, the Stormbringer sword and the Holy Knight's gorget. I truly hope that we can find something else in here for us, but it's somewhat unlikely. I believe that it was just sheer luck that got us where we ended up. As you can see here, this is 12 hit chance, 10 hit points, 15 reflects, and a whole lot of resists. We are resist capped now, and this should make the gearing process much easier. I can't wait until we start finding jewelry artifacts, so I don't have to read all the properties on random jewelry that we find anymore, because they can be quite lengthy in text. Those acid elementals are an absolute menace to our weapon. They destroy it, 1 damage every hit. But we have a lot of repairing potions to get us safe. This is a difficult dungeon, which increases the drop rate, which probably explains why we got the artifacts that we did. And since we aren't having that much trouble with it, we should probably focus on them if we can find them. As far as enemies go, this dungeon is all about elementals and Goliaths. In some zones that have mages in them, which are the wall sections, also have elder gazers, which are the beholder types of enemies. Which are very dangerous spellcasters, especially if you are not running magic resist in your build. I am somewhat frustrated with my OBS because it apparently decides when to stop and start recording on its own, regardless of my input. But I will check out some settings and try to understand what's going on with the program. I'm very new to this whole thing, and that makes things difficult sometimes. Here we have a mage. And as is tradition, they got whacked really fast because they are very squishy. Let's see if we're not missing anything else in here. We will also be taking a few reagents out of Autoloot. And remember to put them again. I will probably try to remember to put them back again when I play on my Death Knight. Unfortunately, the auto-looting thing seems to be for the whole program in Tazuo instead of being character specific. It saves us some time when you think of very common loot, but it's frustrating if you have like a mage that needs to have a lot of reagents, and then you play with a character like Victoria that needs none. Those things don't seem to work, but I wouldn't count on it if I were on your shoes. Be careful with those wall faces. And in here we have a room that teleports us to a place with more rooms. Did they have anything for us? Doesn't seem like it. And it looks like there isn't another place where we can go from here. We are probably missing a few teleports, but I think that getting to them would be too much work at this point. But it's very simple. You step into a room and it gets you into a different room. From there, it keeps following the trail until you fully complete the dungeon. Can I eat? Yes. So I think that this will be it for this particular dungeon. We got quite a lot of gear in here. So let's head back to Britain and store our loot. Up in here, oh, here is my Death Knight. She's wanted for the murder of 13 people, which is how she likes to roll. We have my other future character, Macarin, Downe. I even changed my YouTube profile to be her because it looks absolutely gorgeous. I used a special item to turn her into a throught, and now she has this lovely skin tone and hair color, and a beautiful dress that will get her going. I got her some crafted gear from my other characters, from my character Enya, which is nothing too fancy, but it's enough to get her going. She is learning to be an elementalist and raising her skills. She'll be done today. Let's see how much gold we made in this expedition. Actually, let's have our gems first. Where's our mount? Yeah, we need to do like 6 different cell time. 7 different ones. And look at that, we are at almost 15k in gold. And we also have some copper and some silver on us. I am collecting those maps for my draw character down A. We will be doing a lot of treasure hunting with her. Let's see the total. We are at 127k. We made 20k in shame. 20k in shame sounds funny, but we made 20k gold in that particular dungeon. We have some things that we don't need at the moment. Like this room for the first Ice Island. I don't believe we'll be going there anytime soon. And we have this item, the Essence of a Demon, that will turn you into a demon. I don't know how that looks like, but I don't think that Victoria is too keen to find out. We might in some future character. We'll put those things here and organize them later on. I wonder if a weaponsmith would buy the artifact from us, the sword. I usually don't sell those things, I just keep them in hopes that another character would use them. So I have a quite hefty collection on my other adventurers. Yeah, they don't seem to want the sword. This is a shame. Could use some extra gold. But doesn't matter. Eventually we will have a character that wants to use the Stormbringer, because it's a nice sword. Let's find a container for it. Yeah, the quest stuff is fine. Let's put it there. Yes, I have found this weapon that we will save for down A. And this is a decoration which is stored here. This we will need later on as well. No, this is our loot bag, we will need it now. This is what we will need later on. We are still quite heavy, so let's see if there's anything else that we can dispose of in here. We have 22 bottles of acid, which is probably more than we need in most days. Yes, we are getting way too many potions. Let's repair our weapon. After all those incidents with the acid elementals, I feel like it needs a treat. This reduces the maximum durability by 1, but it fully repairs it. We have ones that we can sell here, they don't weigh much. But let's take like half of those acid bottles and put them here. And now we can continue. let's go here to the Winterlands in Ludoria and make our way to the next dungeon. I'm very happy with the progress that we're making with Victoria. We died 4 times in total in the series, which so far is 32 episodes long. And those are quite a few hours. So she has been working wonders for us. I'm very happy I chose her to the first playthrough because it's a very easy character to play. It's very easy to follow along if you want to do like a paladin type of character. And she survives most engagements with her parry and magic resist and chivalry bonuses. She is a beast and is not at all that dependent on gear, which is something important to consider when you are starting. I think that pretty much the only thing that I gave her for my other characters was the rune book, which is very helpful, but mostly because it saves us a lot of time. And this being a single player game, it means that there aren't many ways of getting one outside of mulling it over from other characters. The dungeon was supposed to be somewhere around here, I think, the next one that I want to explore. Here we go. As you can see by the entrance, this looks like a very nice, cozy and homely place. Let's get our detect traps going. Or remove trap, I should say. Where is our equipment? Here. This is the dungeon Deceit, which is challenging. 1 tier below difficult. But that doesn't mean we should be slacking, we should be careful, as always. There are 4 floors to this dungeon, and most of them are very heavy with undead. Victoria has disposed of her fair share of undead so far, but she's very good at it, and will continue to do so until we finally end her adventure. Let's see if we can use a key to open it in a challenging dungeon. Yeah, not much in here. Demonic ghost. Sounds fancy. It is fancy, it's taking a while. Now, now that we are resist capped, it's much less scary to face, and that their damage output isn't crazy outside of leash lords and vampire, the fancier vampires, which are like the Nazguls of this game or something. You might also be familiar with this dungeon from traditional UVO. They have done quite a lot of redesigning old dungeons. I really like this place. It was where we used to go and train our skills into skeletal knights near one of the portos back in the day. I have fond memories of this place. I'm sorry, my throat is kinda itchy. This lady just doesn't want to go down, but she'll get what's coming to her. Master skeleton key, that's nice. On our inventory, we have the regular skeleton keys on our quick slots. So let's make one for the master ones as well. Actually, put it here. And those potions come here. We have so much strength that I am debating if it's even worth it of the weight to carry the potions, the strength potions. But that seems to be one of those situations where you will only notice when you don't have them. So let's keep them on to be on the safe side. The frozen corpse is just a regular undead that deals cold damage. Nothing to be too worried about. I think I should be collecting those gender change potions. We should have 100 by now if I was doing it. It's amusing to me how often they drop in this game. Oh, found the door that leads to the room we were just in. Which maybe is foreshadowing saying that we should be running active search more often. Because there might be more things hidden in here. The Slayer Whip. Let's go to the central room first, then up to the north, and then to this side in here. It's interesting that not every source of paralysis registers in the buff bar. So I can't see the duration of it. We have another one of those fancy undead. How are we doing in Titan? Yeah, I still have a lot of it. Should be good for this, for the next 3 or 4 dungeons with it. So now let's loop around this place and go up. There seems to be a lot of dwarven statues here, which is kind of weird. Maybe the original creator had some special intention by doing that. Too bad he's no longer around for us to ask it. And that seemed to be very easy for us to deal with, especially these common types, which is very on brand for for Victoria being a paladin. It makes me feel that she is right on team, which is great. Let's try to grab a few more of them, just to save us some time. Can we bring this knight up? Come on. We should focus the mummy first because of the paralysis chance. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a reason for us to do those fights like one enemy at a time. I like to do it due to generally being careful with how I play, but they're being very easy on us here on the first floor. Come on. This large room here might have some stronger enemies, so let's approach it with more caution. This room did not in fact have stronger enemies. We found yet another monkstone. I think that the issue is that it bounces to your character when you pick it up. So, as you can see here, it belongs to Victoria. So even if I gave it to another character, they couldn't use it. It seems to be very silly because, like, you can give your spell books to anyone. So it's something that I might have to change eventually in the code. Otherwise, the playthrough with my monk might be frustrating because it will take us ages to actually get started on it. Let's see if we can find some more trapdoors in here. Come on. Oh, live flash gloves. I love that. And we are getting to the 35 minutes mark for this episode. So I think that we will stop this video right here on the finishing the first floor of this dungeon. And I will be back once my throat rests a little bit so we can talk more. Thank you all for joining. I hope you had a good time and that you are having good drops on your adventures in Akalabeth. We are at 127k gold, very close to our goal of 160k. So a few more dungeons should do it. Maybe one good dastard run would do it, but I want to do different things. So I hope to see you soon.